Well, there's two schools of thought on this. I think most bass players actually like it to be wider. The string spacing here is much wider. It's 20 millimeters per string, which is hard to get. I mean, 19 millimeters is generally the biggest you can get, which is like a jazz bass spacing. This is 20 millimeters. It's like a P bass. And what we did with this bass is we went a little wider on this area of the neck also, because I don't like when the string falls off the neck and does that, which drives me crazy. And I'm sure a lot of other bass players it happens. So I mean, when you do, if you're doing any kind of weird stuff, you can get a little bit of vibrato both ways, and it's not going to come off the neck. You have a little extra real estate there. And if you find out, it really doesn't hurt your playing at all to have that a little wider there, actually. I don't even notice it, but you do notice it when the string comes off the neck. So that's a great feature that I think, if you look at any old P bass or anything, they had a lot of extra room on there. So I think it's a natural thing to have. So it's a good thing. Yes, that's right. Yep. Yeah, this bass is, I travel a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. And it's great to have the confidence that if something goes wrong in the preamp, you're not going to be dead in the water. If the battery goes, or we're flying all the time, and these things get beat up a little bit. So it's nice to be able to go like that, and you have a bass. It still works. And the great thing about this is, as opposed to most active preamps, the tone knob wouldn't work. Here you have a passive tone knob. I mean, you can't get more old school than that. You have exactly what every bass has that's passive. You have a tone knob. So you can get all the sounds in between. So that's a great little added feature that a lot of new basses don't have. You're just stuck with the active thing, and that's all you have. So it's a great feature. Balance is incredible. It's just, you can't, here I am, no strings attached, no safety net, and the bass is it's not going like that or anything. So I think that's important. You don't want to, when you play, I mean, at least when I play, and believe me, everyone has their own style, but I think that you shouldn't be holding up the neck with your hand. The neck should be there, and then you should play it. Just like when you play piano, you're not holding up the piano. You're playing the piano. So I think for most bass players, and again, there's exceptions to every rule. Everything, there's always an exception. But I think it's good that you don't have to hold up the neck. And this thing stays right there. I mean, it's not even close to being neck heavy at all. And it probably has something to do with the tuners. These are go-to, I guess they're just ultralights or something. But it's a really excellent design. And I like the little aluminum inlays too. It's a nice touch. The cut out of the body is actually very nice, because I have had some basses before where this portion of my arm can cut into the wood can cut into my arm over here. And it kind of it's a sort of feeling that I don't like. It's almost like your nerve damage or something. It's like kind of cuts off your arm. So this is very smooth, and that's very good. And if you go out there and try some bass guitars, you'll find out. I don't know what the trend is, but they make them really sharp now. And it does kind of hamper you, because all your veins are all your nerves are on this side of your arm. This side, there isn't many. This is where everything runs down. So this is a portion of your hand you want to be really careful with. And this keeps it nice and smooth, and there's no added pressure to cut off anything. And so yeah, it feels very good. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It's sort of like a jazz bass, but not really. It's a different kind of cutaway here. It's very comfortable. You just have to try it, I guess. The color. Well, the color's fantastic. I've tended to always go with natural basses, because I like to look at the wood. And generally, when you buy a bass that's completely colored in a solid color, if you talk to any luthier, it's because that wood wasn't very attractive. So they keep the wood that is unattractive, and they paint it. It has knots in it or whatever. So in this case, I think with the transparent, you get to see the beauty of the wood, and you also get a, you know, something that looks attractive to you. You know, I mean, natural bases look great too. This is just a really cool looking base. It's sort of like a very, I don't know if the camera's capturing it exactly, but it's like a purple, a very dark purple black sort of color, which is very nice.